They are supposed to wear very light clothing so that
Helen cannot climb.
Hold it to.
We try. Ready?
oh my god, what's happening here?
Hold your weight.
I now understand why AJ has never tried that bicycle, because it's a dangerous thing. I guess what cyclists have an opportunity to win, stand a chance of winning prizes worth 100,000 Ghana cedis. And then please call these numbers 053 1100927 and 053 2200927, 053 1100927 and 053 2200927. I told you Ghana is happening tomorrow. Thank you to DHL, to Bloom Medical Center. They're giving free heart screening to all our riders. To Malta Guinness as well, we are grateful. To DHL Flora Tissues, Top Choco, Bills, Microcredit, Vena Mineral Water. Yeah. Decathlon as well. Thank you very much. Ellen, are you riding with us tomorrow? Because you couldn't do it. See, Abiyam has just sat on the thing. Abiyam has just sat on the bicycle nicely.
Please, I'm wearing high heels. I'm wearing high. Do you think they'll make it? You think what is going on? Do you think they're going to make it?
Can you reverse it with the bike, Charlie?
Oh, you know what? Initially, I had planned to be part of Tour du Ghana to ride from Accra to Mpraeso.
Hey.
But if you listen,
you want to do what?
Yes.
Helen say what again?
You want to do what?
I was going to ride
From Accra to
Mpraeso.
you.
That was my initial thought. But you know, having listening to
I'm not
the
discouraging you. I'm
cyclists.
just asking for
No,
clarity.
but the way you say it
Yeah, I
was
said
laced
you.
with disbelief,
No.
laced with doubt.
No, because you just told us that you are now going back to the gym after
No.
you failed to go to the gym because
This was
you
a
couldn't
funding.
afford.
You think it's only the government of Ghana who has funding challenges,
No,
eh?
but-
and liquidity challenges.
So I'm asking for
My
clarity.
fiscal space was not healthy.
Okay.
So as I was
But
saying,
Helen as a baby had a bicycle.
with training wheels, and I never graduated.
BMX with training.
Yes. And you know, I never graduated. I think when we were quite young, Eka Mansa ended up selling the bicycles that we had. And so, having listening to the cyclists and how they are preparing, you know, this week they're not going to be eating a lot of heavy food, the fufu, and a lot of what they call carb loading, the oats, the rice, but something that can digest easily. But you know, all week long, I've had some of the foods that are not prescribed.
You
So
have not
I don't want to
even
vomit.
registered to
Oh,
begin
gentlemen,
with.
I don't want to vomit on the trail.
But you have not even rehearsed. You have not even rehearsed or registered to start with. What are you talking
No,
about?
but I'm saying I haven't looked at the diet pattern and listening to what the avid cyclists
You are not well
have.
equipped.
I am not in the nutritional department because they've been eating all throughout this week. They'll be doing, like I said, carb loading. They're eating oats, rice, and the like. This week I've indulged in banku. Fufu, I even have a picture to show it. Are you see? So that's why nutritionally, you see, they already go.
You've indulged in what?
Fufu and banku.
So if you had been part of the riders tomorrow, Auntie Adole Mole says so. Good morning, Sunrise. All the best to
Good morning.
to the riders. Stay safe, but Helen, you couldn't.
Hey, they are.
You couldn't climb.
No, this one is higher than my hip to leg ratio. Follow me carefully, guys. I know what I'm talking about. So, again, because of the nutritional
Abiyam is certainly
deficiencies,
following
that's
you.
why. Because, like I said, for those of you, yesterday I said, don't just on a whim show up here tomorrow. You'll be found wanting. You'll be eating all kinds of heavy meals this week. You are not equipped. Maybe you're an avid rider, but you also have to tune your mind to the food.
There's also the
Yes.
psychological training. to it.
Exactly.
It's not just
Exactly.
the physical. It's not just the physical fitness. Psychologically, you have to be up for
Yes.
it. You have to have made yourself ready to tell yourself that you can go the full stretch.
Yes.
And that this is the time mark you want to meet. All of that is part of it. But
We've seen the Blue Medical Center providing some heart exam for all the riders.
And it's important before you even carry out any strenuous activity, you are thinking about your blood pressure
Your BP,
as well. Your BP,
Yes.
highly important. Lest you go and exert yourself and you find yourself in a tricky
Charlie,
situation.
have you chased the goats to capture it for slaughtering before.
Me.
Yeah. If you chase the
Me as
if you chase the
chicken.
goat,
We know if you chase
if you
chicken, not
chase-
goat.
You see, if you chase the goat in the area and then you finally capture it, the goat becomes hot because in BP go high. Number one
Then
is
now when they're partial
number
cooking,
one, it is
before you
scared-
kill
it's
it, the
scared
goat
that
is
you're
cooking.
going to kill it.
Oh,
Then number two,
Charlie.
it has to
Because
run for its life.
The speed at which you chase the goat will tell the goat what the purpose
What
of the chase
is happening? What is coming? Please flee.
Why they have soup speed. Then they have kebab speed. They have goat stew speed as well. So you know that you.
But the Decathlon is also, providing for the first 100 bikes.
Yes.
Who have
The
registered.
servicing, yes.
The servicing is happening, and it's a good initiative that they are also taking care of. But some of the riders I've seen, they look very muscular. They're ready, yeah. They're ready. The guys who came to the studio yesterday, they look. You look at their calf and all of that.
Nigeria
Yeah.
contingent.
I've seen a lot more Ghanaians make investment in the lesser known sports. If you go to the Legon campus during the weekend in the morning, you see scores of riders, and sometimes they have matching uniforms. So these riding clubs and groups are
coming
springing
up,
up.
yeah.
They're really, really, really coming up.
It's an area that we have become a lot more interested in than usual, especially the young ones. A lot of people are now buying these sports bikes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They have clubs, both men and women,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
There's an all-female riding club,
Yeah.
motorcycle club, that,
Yeah.
bicycle club that. And there's also a bicycle club I know in the neighborhood that almost every now and then you see them coming together to ride up the mountain and back and all of that. So I think it's an area that would need attention.
Yes.
And the Sports Authority should really be interested in this.
Honestly, and
The Sports
provide
Authority
extra
should be
safety,
interested in
because
this.
sometimes when you see those riding the bicycle in traffic, I'm sure you panic for them because we don't have the designated lanes, and we don't really already respect all road users.
Please,
so you make your
let's not.
no,
let's
but
not
I'm
rise-
saying
let's
that
not
no,
categorize the
Bastard,
whole-
that
no,
guy,
no,
it is
no.
finished.
Gentlemen, all I'm saying is that
We
Talk
beg
to
you, we
Ghana
beg you.
will whet government's appetite to provide more. That's what I'm saying. It's a positive spin, gentlemen, that what we're doing is in the right direction so that policymakers can see that there is a keen thirst for it.
Well, also to add that we're doing this for climate change. We're trying to promote the fact that we have to preserve our environment and reconcile man with nature, because we have done a lot of damage in terms of water bodies, deforestation, pollution, air pollution, the quality of air we're breathing, and all those ones.
We are on the back foot. If you go on the conversationafrica.com, in fact, Ghana is now the number one as far as tropical countries are concerned that has lost its vegetative cover. They say some 60% increase in the cutting down of the trees and forest reserves since 2018. Since 2018, making us the number one foremost tropical country that is losing its vegetation. It's not fast losing. It's not the sort of title that we want to have as well. You're complaining about the weather being hot. This is all part of it. So sometimes you park the vehicle so that some of these emissions can also be reduced. Get on the bicycle. It gives you some serotonin boost, exercise for the limbs, for the whole body. You're also, undergoing weight management. So
And this is
let's get
largely
riding.
traceable to Galamsey, actually. I have to say that. Galamsey has become a big part of the problem that we are
That's
talking
right.
about.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
But we're just talking about the Kaswa situation.
Yeah.
And it's not just Kaswa. If you go on my stretch, the Accra, Madena, Adenta, Dodowa stretch, the traffic. Can you imagine all of us riding bicycles to work? Can you imagine how the road would look?
Well, it will.
Or the majority of us. Don't even say all of us. The majority of us.
It will be fun. It will be nice. It will keep a healthy society.
But
But
I
you
sense
and
the
I,
buts in
you
your-
know, yeah, but you see, the issue we raised, and Helen said we should take our time. We created bus lanes in this country, and trotros compete with the buses. And every morning when I'm coming to work, I don't know if I get pissed off or I get angry. I don't know how to describe what to say. No, the trotros, they just park anyhow. They just give the indication without looking into their side mirrors, and they're going. So you have to be the smarter one.
You think for them.
You have to think for them at every turn, and they don't care because once they damage your vehicle, they can't even afford
The traffic at Zongo Junction.
servicing. It's
the
bad.
traffic at Zongo Junction is induced by the trotro guys.
Right.
Because they practically offload and load on the road. And so the rest of us would have to wait for them to finish and move
Doing what they're doing before
move.
you can go.
Yes, so it's part of the problem. But just imagine, I mean, I think it's a campaign we can embark on. Ride a bike to work.
Okay, so
Ride a
you
bike to
can
work.
there's so many things that are lacking in our national life. Imagine if we had a proper, and Helen was just talking about parking your vehicles. If we had a proper bus system, we had a proper train system. I wouldn't have to drive. Okay, I won't have to drive. Maybe weekends when you want to go somewhere with the family or friends, then you're going maybe outskirts, then you can use. But if you're on the regular route, I mean on your route, for example, you can drive up to a point, park, get
join
onto the bus, come to
and
work.
continue.
So you'd have saved Mother
By the
Earth
time I
some-
get back, the car
some
will not be
speed.
whole.
Yeah. I mean, even bicycle. I mean, out there you park your bicycle, you get the places where you can park your bicycles.
Oh, bicycle lanes, and then and the
No, I
Netherlands
mean,
have
even-
done a
even
real
where you- I
good
mean,
job
you
of
get
it.
to-
Yeah.
So, for example, at work, if you bring a bicycle, if all of the Sunrise production team, Abiam, you, myself, Janet, Helen, Mamiya, Solution, like 10, 15 of us, we say, okay, we're bringing bicycles to work. Where do we park the bicycles?
Well, I'm sure.
Because even the security will start
I'm sure
looking at you.
I'm sure Mr. Derry will find space for us.
We'll
to
find
park.
space for us
Yes.
to park.
You scan your bicycle
you-
and find a space for you.
We need to think about these things.
No,
because
but it's a conversation we must have. Ras Mubarak, when he was member of parliament
Right.
for Kumbung, did that, but at a point it came off as one of those publicity stunts. I think that if he had persisted, he would have made some gains and made a point. But you see, if we all decide that just like the way we started off this Friday Wear campaign, which caught on so well. Well, the problem with this would be the procurement of the bicycles because you need money to buy a bicycle.
That's right.
But if we're to say we'll have a national bicycle riding day, not even national. I mean, if you go to my region, we ride bicycles
almost every day.
almost in fact on a daily basis. So let's just say this is a national capital specific campaign. It will deal with traffic, it will deal with the emissions, it will deal with the congestion, the heat, the
When I go to
noise.
Tamale, I ride bicycles. When I go to Tamale, I feel comfortable riding because you see a lot more people riding bicycles, and you have some motorbikes as well. So you feel comfortable, riding them because nobody will, and you see,
and everybody respects the rider.
yes.
You
So
see,
you park in
don't
front of the vehicles. The lights are
the
red.
lights on.
It comes on. They wait for all of you to go before you go, so you know at least that you are safe.
Whereas here, and I mean, we're all guilty of it. If you see somebody riding a bicycle, come on, get out of my face. And we're all guilty of that. And sometimes I think, hey, you're not worried about your safety.
But
here.
you see, some of the bicycle riders too are they are not properly attired. I mean, in the evening, yesterday, and it's timely that we're having this conversation. Yesterday, I saw somebody riding around 7:15ish after the rains. It was still drizzling. No lights, no reflectors. It was just dark.
And he
Freestyle.
was very comfortable.
Very, very comfortable. And crossing, like he was moving from one part to the other. So I had to slow down. I said, so what if? What if?
Some of them will be doing style zigzag, giving us Olympic kind of riding. Please be so careful.
but
But
if I
the
get-
good thing
if
with
I
Tour du
get,
Ghana, the good
if I
thing with
get a
Tour du Ghana is
bicycle-
that we have a police escort. All our riders are properly clothed, and you notice that they attire very bright colors, orange, neon green, turquoise blue. So once light hits it, it reflects. And you know that actually people they come. So slow down.
So it's like Helen said, it's a signal that the authorities have to pick up on.
Oh, yes.
And do something with it, because for some time now, and I know an organization just yesterday we're having a conversation about climate change.
Yeah.
and all of that. And an organization tells me that they are coming to start a cycling campaign. And I said, oh, you haven't heard about the 3FM Tour du Ghana? We've been doing this, and I think that you should rather come and partner us do it. But there's a certain consciousness that Tour du Ghana has raised, and that consciousness must be further pushed. And we can only do that. GTA is all over the place. This is also tourism. It's also
That's
tourism.
I mean, now we have the Nigerians coming down.
And when they come in, they are going to do other things, see other places. And if the needed support is given, this can be expanded to have include all other attractions, so that you have the Nigerians coming in. So you have another national coming in. So it becomes a 3-day event where you would have a well laid out program with these cyclists seeing other exciting parts of the town before or after.
I mean, even riding through Kanda to Ebri to in Soham, Suhum, Etibie, and getting out to Koko and then in Price. So it's a whole journey. It's smooth. And you've been talking about how cool the weather is outside Accra. It's cool. It's so nice. And not to brag, but as a station, I think we have taken some of these things to the next level. Tour du Ghana is just one of the many portfolios we have. Look at what we have done with Gobe. Yoke Gary. Look at what we have done with it. It's a whole festival. People look forward to it. The crowds are massive.
Although now, Johnny, with Gobe Fest, they are holding an echo. They said for the first time, Gobe has made it into the inflation index because of Gobe Fest. Right now, they said right now we've turned the thing designer Gobe, so we should slow down.
No. That's but you see, the point also is that.
But the beauty is that at the Gobe Festival, you can find
your level.
Gobe.
You find your
whether
level.
You want the East Legon Gobe, you want the Cantonment Gobe.
They said they are enjoying Gobe Fest, but you've made Gobe too international.
But you see, I think also that as a country, if we pay attention to, because beans, it's part of the 5 things that we said we're going to planting for food and jobs. We have spent money.
That's
so
right.
Ideally, we shouldn't be bringing beans from Ivory Coast and other places. We should have the beans in abundance because people eat that every day, whether it's in the wache, whether they are making kose, or whether they are eating gobe itself, or whether they are making aikple or any other thing that they want a beans base for. They get it. I mean,
that's right.
So we also need to let our authorities focus on some of the things. Look at what we do with Afro Connect. Look, I've not even started mentioning the many things that we're doing as a station to make sure that tourism is up there. We are promoting a lot more things, and as Sixtus has mentioned, we need to get the authorities to. We always don't need to literally run to them. This is a low-hanging fruit for the GTA.
GTA Sports Authority,
it's a
Ministry of
fruit for
Sports,
the
Youth and
GTA.
Sports. I mean, there's something that. So imagine we had the Ministry of Youth and Sports on board, and they were to sponsor even a segment. Okay, just say that you are probably providing some sort of mentorship for young people, or say that you provide bicycles for a number of schools. I mean, there are little things that we can always do.
There are persons living with disability, right? Amputees who also ride with us. They went to Central Region.
The
Para Riders
was here with us the other day,
and he
shared his experience.
There are about 6 that I know, who participate in Tour du Ghana. If, for example, the ministry says, for the 6 of you, if any of you comes within the top 20 or top 50 or top 10, we will give you X to do Y, then that encouragement will be there.
Talk about sourcing your representatives from this tournament for the next international tournament that you would have to be part of the Ghana delegation. I mean, all those are things that we could do. It doesn't have to be any big thing that would say that we don't have money. If you present a big plan to a ministry, they will tell you
they have their money. Sometimes. I think that we need to let them know that we also know that they have the money for it. They always come in things, low budget, but you see, we're also a private entity, and we see the monies that they push into other things. right?
The things that excite them.
Yes, the things that excite them, but are those things bringing the kwacha? You know, because Todd Ghana is scratching a lot of people where they age.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the numbers, this morning I showed the numbers from last year on Johnny's Bite.
That's right.
Look at the numbers we have. Then you go to some of the events where so much money is being pumped into, and I'm not belittling any other event, but I'm saying you put your money where your mouth is. You go into some of those events and you find that the attendance is low, and they're asking you, so what can we do? How can we collaborate with you? I say, but you spend the money on the wrong thing. You are now asking me. we have done the platform for you.
Yeah.
Tried and tested over the past 4 years.
Johnny, has
what
a
do you do?
ministry, has a ministry or an agency or department ever called you for airtime and is ready to pay?
Well, they always start.
Realities. I mean, as a producer, I get those calls
Yeah.
every day. They
Yeah.
call,
But-
oh, we are doing this campaign, but you see, there's no money for
but
it.
62s.
When it gets to the free stuff, they know where to
But
go.
by 62s, you know also that those same people, they come when they have organized something and they come and say, oh, as for this, we can't give you for free. They pay.
Yes.
So I'm just saying that there's no institution in this country that doesn't have a media budget for promotion. If you don't, there's a problem. You need to have a budget for promotion, all right? And it needs to be a certain percentage of what you are doing. So if you believe in what you are doing and you are pushing it out there like that, for example, yesterday, Auntie Frema was talking about climate change, right? The Ministry of Youth and Sports Authority, they are interested in cycling, right? Then there's another person who is also interested in the health and well-being of the people. I'm just keeping the pointers. So health ministry will be interested in because if we are doing regenerative, lifestyle, we're riding bicycles and we are encouraging the riding of bicycles, there's the health ministry and Ghana Health Services interest, right? And then good nutrition, because before you get on to Tour du Ghana and the rest, good nutrition is important for you, right? That's a great
That's
ministry's TEF and Ghana Health Service as well, Ministry of Health. Then we are talking about climate change. That's what the government believes that we should all do by now. Then we're talking about promotion of sports. Then we're talking about tourism. We have put together about 6 different agencies and ministries work, and we are doing it on our own as a private entity. It's a low-hanging fruit.
I agree with that.
You don't have to struggle to now go and reinvent the wheel, write your own proposal, go and do sensitization, blah, blah. The package is already there. Plug in and enjoy. Plug and play.
The ingredients are there. The meal has been cooked. You just come in.
Plug and play.
Come. Bring your
Plug and
fork.
play. So
There's
please
room
call
for
us.
everybody.
It's not too late. 053-11-00927 and 053-2200-927. 053-11-00927 and 053-2200-927. 6, you want to read something? If not, let's go to Kaswa. You're looking for who?
The chief of staff story on climate change.
It's on the front page.
I can't seem to find it.
No, this is more support.
You know, our president is champion for. Is champion
The
for
SDG.
SDGs,
Is the co-chair of the UN SDG.
He's champion for so many things. So.
He himself is
so
just a
even-
champion. Guys, a champion.
So even at the level of the presidency, there are a lot of should I call them agencies under the office of the
Right,
president,
right.
projects that are run under the office of the president.
Diaspora relations,
The SDGs, and
Zongo Development
Zongo
Ministry,
Development,
yeah.
climate change. Is it Louise Carroll or Carol Louise?
Yeah, Carol Louise.
She's in charge of the climate one. Yeah. So I mean, there are lots of opportunities that government could plug in into this, and I think that maybe it is too late now. By next year,
Nothing is
the
too
next
late.
edition.
If we are still
We
getting
should be-
riders, nothing is too late. Nothing is too late.
Ministry car ever scratch your car before?
Say again.
Ministry car ever scratch your car before?
York scratch my card.
Oh,
Before you get them to spray it.
If you had
Charlie.
some of the ministries said that my insurance be third party. Charlie, you buy a Fortune and make it third party insurance. Helen, You have bought a Toyota
over to
Fortuner,
Kaswa.
and then you go and insure it.
Third party.
Third party.
Third party.
But there's something wrong somewhere.
And it's
It is
always when
well.
you choose that option that you find yourself in
In trouble.
trouble.
You know,
Please,
when I
fully
decided
come.
I was doing this star 920 star 57 hash
Yes.
of the state vehicles to check which insurance companies you find actually the third party a gumusa.
Oh, plenty of them are.
Third party. Actually, some don't even have insurance.
Oh, Charlie.
Some don't even.
Yeah,
Some
their insurance is the GV.
Yeah, some are not even on the database. When you type star 920 star 57 hash, and some of the vehicles, when you key in, they'll tell you that it is not on the database.
Or is it, are those the security ones you've
They
been
are not
keying in?
security. I've seen some say something food program. Something they say that's-
Food
don't mention
security, you see what?
Don't mention anything.
no. I've seen some, and out of curiosity, I just say, "Oh, child, make a try. Let me see what's going on." And
And you get shocked.
I get actually broken-hearted, not just shocked, broken-hearted.
Oh, Charlie.
Yeah, because again, for me, the bigger thing was that the state insurer, SIC, was losing these insurance things which used to be, government is doing business with government.
With government.
It's in their hands, and they even planes at the airport and the rest. And old woman was telling me how in the past SIC was flourishing because all these deals were coming to them.
We're doing state to state.
Of course, now with the introduction or the advent of the private sector, there's much more competition.
That's right.
But there are certain lines I don't think you should cross. If a member of parliament gets,
But I don't even think we cross those lines because of any competitive gain.
we just cross it
I
because
think
we,
it's personal
we just
personal gain.
give
It's
this one
greed,
belongs
it's
to
selfishness.
this one, give it to him.
Because if you are supposed to insure state vehicles and there's SIC and you decide to go to a different company,
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, what's the comparative edge that the other one has over SIC?
Yeah. So it's government needs to do business with government.
Yeah.
Let's go to Kaswa. Hashtag Kaswa. So, Helen, the Kaswa thing is so serious, but we tend